Today we will be talking about the election process in Malaysia. First, Parliament is dissolved. The Parliament will automatically dissolve 5 years after its first meeting. At the end of the last election, or the Prime Minister can call for a dissolution anytime before then. This means that the Dewan Negara and all their seats will be dissolved. The Prime Minister must request an audience with the Yang di-Pertuan Agong to seek approval before Parliament is officially dissolved. When Parliament is dissolved, the election has to be held within 60 days. Nomination begins. Candidates from contesting party must present their nomination papers to the returning official for each constituency and also pay a deposit. Each party gets to choose 2 of their candidates to contest in each constituency in both state and federal assembly each. The returning official will then declare the name of the candidates after making sure to check the agreeability of the candidates to make sure the candidates are not in debt or doing any illegal businesses. There are 3 premises which determine if a person can run for election. They must be Malaysian citizen of at least 21 years of age, of sound mental capacity and not bankrupt. Parties will then campaign. Campaigns will include tours around kampong and holding ceramah or rallies. Party will also announce their manifesto on their promised contribution to the nation. Rule of the campaign: no use of improper materials, no illegal forum, and no going above campaign spending limits.
Polling. Now it's time to vote. It is held for 1 day, so make sure not to miss it. But who can vote? A person must be a citizen of Malaysia that is resident in the constituency above the age of 21, of sound mind and registered in the electoral roll. Eligible voters are requested to visit the nearest post office with their identification card to register themselves as a voter, and voter detail can be reviewed through the Suruhanjaya Pilihan Raya Malaysia website at their leisure. For local voters, they are required to go to their specific polling area and queue for their turn to vote. They are required to bring their IC to check their identity. Then the polling office will call your name and proceed to dip their finger into the ink. Then get the ballot paper. They will go to the voting area and cast their vote and press their ballot paper into the specific box. There will be a box for the state seat and a box for the parliament seat. In special case, registered military and police personnel will be able to vote before anyone else. However, the votes won't be counted until regular polling centers have collected votes from other voters. Postal votes are also available for Malaysians living overseas. Counting the ballots. Next is to count the ballots. Once polling finishes, the presiding officer tallies the ballots while eliminating any ambiguous ballots. The number of votes for each candidate and the number of spoiled votes must add out to the number of ballot papers handed out at the beginning of the day, unless some happen to disappear into thin air during voting. Declaration of results. Finally, it is time to declare the results. Returning officer to each constituency will announce which candidate is the winner. For each seat declared, the numbers begin to add up for which party will rule in parliament. A party or a coalition win when they secure more than half the seats in parliament. Second count. But wait, there is a second count. The ballot boxes are then transported to the counting center for a second count, just in case there was an error during the counting process. Swearing in. Finally, the swearing in. Before the cabinet is officially formed and the new government takes the role, the PM must swear in before the YDPA, after which the PM can elect his new cabinet and call for the first parliamentary hearing. This marked the end of the election and the beginning of the new government. The whole process will repeat itself in every 5 years' times.